It's showtime at Homestead, Miami.
Andre Baranowskis at the line, steals it in the Indy 250.
Morgan, the BACS are in trouble, and they go. Gordon to the wall, jumps right around.
Side by side on the final lap, coming to the checkered flag.
Steve Morgan, the last lap pass, and the victory in Las Vegas.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome here to round number 3 of season number 1 here in the Body Armor Cup Series. We are here under the lights for the second time this year and the second time at Daytona International Speedway for the running of the first ever Daytona 500 in this series. And it's not going to be just run at any sort of time. We are running it here under the lights Wednesday night here, and it is going to be an exciting race tonight here. All 32 of the drivers in this field tonight are in this race. Settle the score here for 50 laps under the lights to see who will take home the trophy here at the Daytona International Speedway tonight. We got a couple guests in the booth here tonight. We got Trey Wright up in the booth with me. We also got Ethan Lewis manning turns 1 and 2. Zachary Fitzwater in turns 3 and 4. Bring everybody along in here just to get some thoughts before this race starts. Starting here with Trey Wright. You know, it's a prime time Daytona 500. What are we looking for here tonight when we get this race started?
Well, Matt, we are definitely looking for a wild one. It's the Daytona International Speedway. It needs no proper introduction other than this track separates the brave from the weak. Once the boys are gone, we are going to see a lot of side-by-side racing. We are going to see a lot of 3, possibly 4 wide, which can get dicey, especially coming off of turns 2 and 4. And we could see some very wild wrecks like we've seen in the past here. We did the Daytona Roval last week, if I'm not mistaken, where Josh Williamson, he won that after that crazy first lap incident. We are definitely going to see a fun one here on the oval portion, the high bank 2.5 mile super speedway here in South Beach, Daytona, Florida.
No, definitely going to check in here with Ethan Lewis. He's manning down in turns 1 and 2 tonight. You know, it's kind of Ethan, you take a look at 1 and 2. It's probably one of the more calmer parts, but it's also a pretty crucial spot. What are we looking for tonight down in that end of the racetrack?
Well, yeah, like you said, it's the calmer part. You normally see the wrecks on the backstretch for turn 3 and 4, but you still have to be safe, still have to be smart when you're going through 1 and 2.
Definitely here, and we got to check in with Fitzwater down men in 3 and 4, especially down in turn 4. That is the calamity spot. What are we looking for there down in turn 3 and 4 tonight as this race gets underway? Oh, he's left the chat. We're going to check back in with him in just 1 second. But here we go tonight.
Drivers, start your engines!
Here we go tonight as the field gets all fired up here and set to roll off for 50 laps under the lights. Take a look on the left-hand side of your screen as they roll off the grid. You got Casey Clifton, who won the pole Sunday afternoon. Alongside him, Scott Upton in the 07, Keegan Thompson in the 69, the 70 at Dustin Davis. You got Ryan Durrani, Nathan Faden, Brandon Nelson, Colton Yo, Patrick Smith, and Alexander Rowe rounding out the field. Take a look here as they roll down through turn 1 and 2 on their outlap here. Get some picks in for tonight here. Trey, who are we looking? Who do you got winning this race tonight?
I think Josh Williamson, and either Josh Williamson or Davey Johnson. Vercoen Racing has been lighting up the Body Armor Cup Series circuit, and this is only the 3rd race, and they are top of the charts in the owner's points. I think one of those guys, I'm leaning more towards Davey Johnson in the 55 Pokemon car. He's going to end up in Body Armor Victory Lane, but this track is just so versatile. Anybody can end up in Victory Lane.
And Ethan Lewis getting your picks here. Who do you got winning tonight?
I think one of the American Motorsports cars will definitely win. We have one on pole, one starting, and gets 5th place. I think one of them will get it tonight.
And definitely Clifton, Durrani, they've been fast. Durrani's been a bit faster than Clifton, but needless to say, that Pontiac camp has shown a lot of speed here going this year. Definitely good drivers to watch for. If I had to pick, I'm going to say watch out for that 48 of Thomas Lipscomb. He's been a sleeper all year. he's been sleeping so far this year. It's been quiet, but we will see. Here they go. Pontiac pace car about to make that hard left-hand turn down pit road. They're going to see the green flag here. So here we go for the first Daytona 500 here in the Body Armor Cup Series. It's Casey Clifton, it's Scott Upton. They see the green flag, and we are off racing here under the lights at Daytona. Casey Clifton, the pole sitter, got the jump on the start. He leads over Thompson and Durrani, but they are stacking up already behind him in third, fourth, fifth, sixth on back. They head down to Ethan Lewis in turn number 1.
Single file in the front, but a lot of bunching up and towards the back and in the mid pack.
You can see Dustin Davis in that 70 car. He started on the outside of row 2, and since he is stuck on that outside lane, the outside lane does not work here at the Daytona International Speedway, and you can see he's paying the price. So we head off to Fitzwater in turn 3. There. Oh, he's not. Back to the front straightaway we go.
Here they come, though. It is getting all dicey up front. You've got a couple of Pontiacs running up, a couple of Pontiacs sandwiching in the 69 of Thompson. Clifton still leads, but he's being flanked all around him. He's got Clifton in front of him. He's got Durrani behind him. He's got Patrick Smith behind him. They race down through 1 and 2.
Looks like the high line is working very well for those first 3 cars, but the inside line should be working up when we get later in this race.
Got Casey Clifton on the points as you see the 11 car of Patrick Smith. Smith is going to go door to door with Thompson in the 69. That's going to be great for the 34. Well, here comes Josh Williamson. He's the second car in line right behind the 38 as they come as the 34 leads yet another lap.
They are spacing out already. They're getting pretty dicey in the middle of the pack here. Josh Williamson's already moved up a bunch of spots here from his initial starting spot. You got Lipscomb's up on the high side. He's in the top 5 already. You got Kelly Rhodes and Christopher Alphaby leading the charge in the middle. They go up front. We saw in the Body Armor Bash, if you could get out front in that clean air, you were able to maintain it. You need a good run and a group organization behind in order to get up around the leader. But so far, Casey Clifton, you got 3 Pontiacs down on the inside lane, a strong showing. 3 of those 4 cars up here in the front. Thompson on the outside has them. Lipscomb, Rhodes, Williamson, they race down off into turn number 1. Back to Ethan Lewis.
Yes, like you said, Pontiacs are looking strong. The 38 of Ryan Durrani looking to pass his Pontiac teammate Patrick Smith and get American Motorsports 1-2.
As they head down the back straightaway here at the Daytona International Speedway, Casey Clifton continues to show the point, and his teammate or her teammate, I'm not sure which is. We almost got 4 wide going into turns 3 and 4 with the 97, but Josh Williamson shut the door on that Dodge. Casey Clifton will lead yet another lap.
Casey Clifton's looking strong from the pole here. It's been a good, solid race. You can see a lot of guys still are able to make moves. Just nobody's got a group line organized enough yet to where you can chase down Clifton. But here as we speak, Smith's going for it. Durrani's going to the inside. He's got help from Williamson and Dylan Wilson. Here they come 3 wide down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Let's see who's going to get it. Williamson's peeking to the bottom. Oh, are they going to be 4 wide? Not quite there. Oh, it's
going to get tight right here. It's going to get extremely tight coming off of 4, but they're going to keep it together in the front of the pack. And Josh Williamson, no one is going to outpace the hut on this lap. Williamson leads lap number 6.
Our points leader coming into this race. He led the most laps at Tide led the most laps at New Smyrna with Alexander Rowe. He led flag to flag here couple days ago, Saturday afternoon here on the road course. So he is definitely the man to watch out for so far this year, putting together a strong showing as he's got a good lead in the points already. But it is 3. They went from single file a little bit up front. They are all stacked up 3 by 3 by 3. This is going to get... Oh, somebody up on the top side. It's getting a little spicy here. Oh, here they come at the line. Is it going to be one of the Pontiacs? Oh, my goodness.
Ronnie, the Pontiac's got the kick out on the nose as they head down to...
Don't count Ryan Durrani out, even though he's in the middle line. I saw Kelly Rose there for a few laps in the middle line. She was doing very well, keeping up.
And this fits in.
Go a 3 and 4 throughout the whole entire pack. Almost it's gonna be close to gets the lead on this lap.
Here they come. They are stacked up 3 by 3 wide. You don't want to make a mistake here. Durrani pulling that middle lane through. He leads again at the stripe with Clifton in second, Williamson in third, but it is all stacked up 3 by 3 by 3 as they race through 1 and 2.
It looks like the 97, Dylan Wilson, trying to make a 4th lane down on the inside as Casey Wilson continuing to be on the outside lane. And like you say, Matt, if somebody makes a mistake, especially near the front, especially in one of the turns, there's a limited amount of escape routes, especially in the turn. So just a ticking time bomb as these guys continue to go 3 and 3 wide. Put all 32 cars underneath the blanket.
Oh, and there they go. They did it, and everybody is absolutely... Josh Williamson spun around, and that is the big one at Daytona.
Oh, the
Lipscomb, Noonan. Oh my goodness, and we have our first caution, and I don't know. Brock Nelson, our body armor bash winner, is out front. It's Brett Sierra. Thomas Troxel, Christian Russell, and Bronson Minnick might be the only. Chase Buck. Oh my goodness.
That took out a lot of guys right there. The entire American Motorsports camp got taken out.
You knew.
Pontiacs at the front were just destroying that wreck.
That is absolutely everybody. And most everybody there has damage. Noonan's got damage. Dustin Davis, Josh Williamson's wrecked. I think Eric Monaco might have gotten out of that okay. Colton Yo's destroyed. Barretto's destroyed. Zeidel's destroyed. What an unfortunate turn. Christian Russell's pretty beat up there too on his driver's side. So you got Rhodes is torn up. Christian Russell. There are not. I think Keegan Thompson has some damage. It's not too bad.
I think it's easier to say who wasn't involved in this wreck, as we're going to have the single set of pit stops in this race, so this will be most likely be the money stop.
Will be the money.
32 cars were involved in that.
Just about. I don't think every single car was involved, but I mean the cars there was so many good race cars torn up here. Oh, getting a little shovey in pit road here. Here we go. You got Sierra, Nelson, Thomas Troxel. A couple guys here who are pitting. There's a lot of cars with damage.
The 61 right there.
There's a lot of cars with damage who look like they could still continue. Scott Upton, Thompson. Looks like Patrick Smith's okay. Back out front, though. Back out front, it's going to be Brock Nelson. It's going to be Sierra. It's going to be Thomas Troxel. Bronson Minnick, Dylan Wilson, Alexander Rowe, Chase Buck, Christopher Alphabet, Usmain Hamid, and say Scott Upton. Brandon Nelson's team look like they did a repair jobs. You got some cars who are able to be repaired here, but we've already got at least 4 or so cars out of the race. We're going to take a short break here. We're going to come right back, and we are going to give you the replay as to what happened here to break down this absolutely chaotic scene here at the Daytona International Speedway. So we take a look here. Coming through 3 and 4. It got stacked up there. Not necessarily 4 wide, but Durrani came down a bit into Williamson, into Clifton, and then absolutely everything just broke loose from there on back. See all sorts of cars just spinning all over the place. You got Barretto, Clifton, Nathan Faden, Dustin Davis getting all torn up in there. Then up here, you've got the 48 car. He's going to run into Zidell. It looks like he's going to be okay, but then Nelson just comes in there and T-bones him up and over. Not a good week here at all at Daytona for Thomas Lipscomb. See just a lot of chaos here under the lights here at Daytona. We're going to take a couple more looks here, take a look at some onboards, and we'll get back to racing.
This is the door cam of the 51. Notice this is the initial replay. Watch this hit that he's going to take from the 55. Oh my goodness, up in the air goes Igor Barreto. T-bone shot from the 55 of Davey Johnson. Just a massive impact. There you see the damage of the 55 that he sustained. Man, a lot of good guys got taken out. And as the 9 car says, it wasn't game time for a couple of these guys. A lot of these guys, actually.
No, that was a crazy job of wreck avoidance. Just a little bit of a scrape from Minnick, but looks like he got our way. We'll take a look at one more replay here, and then we will get back, review the restart here, and get back to racing here at the Daytona 500. Well, here we go for the restart. Field bunches back up. It's going to be Brock Nelson in the lead. Not ignore the scoreboard. The scoreboard's a little out of whack from when they came on pit road. It's going to be Brock Nelson, Brett Sierra, Bronson Minnick. I believe Thomas Troxel should be sliding up in there. You got Chase Buck, Dylan Wilson, Christopher Alphaby. Not a whole lot of cars not torn up. I don't know what's going on back here. We're just going to ignore that for now. Oh, is Thomas Troxel coming into the pits? Or is he just not lined up? Oh. Well, I guess he's just out of slight bit of chaos here on the restart. Not sure why. Oh, Thomas Troxel might be blowing a motor now, but Brock Nelson leads. Yeah, I think Thomas Troxel blew up. But Brock Nelson leads. It's Brett Sierra, Bronson Minnick. They race off into one to Ethan Lewis.
Brett Sierra looking for the lead to take the lead from Brock Nelson. Going out of turn number 2. He's going to line up with Bronson Minnick as they go down the backstretch.
Yeah, and as you see, a lot of these guys are beginning to fall back as there's just so many different cars with damage on as Daytona is such an aero-dependent track. And we're seeing a couple guys that were mid-pack that have survived this incident, like Alexander Rowe in the 8 cars. Bronson Minnick, who had a heck of a ride, he's going to go to the point.
Bronson Minnick continuing the speed Pontiac shown here. Toes Alexander Rowe, Usman Hamid, Brock Nelson. They race off into one on lap 13.
Small 8-car field as they go through turn number 1 and 2.
See, the Howans are barking in the background. They're excited to see these 8 cars vie for the lead as Alexander Rowe, he's going to have help from the 84 of Chase Buck. Buck on that back bumper of that 8 car as they head down the front straightaway.
Here they come. It's going to be Rosen that may not even. Let's see if Rowe can make it back to the line. Looks like he's going to make it back to the line, just barely over Chase Buck. Now Chase Buck's going to take the lead. They're cycling the lead in and out here in this little pack here. It's getting dicey up here at the front.
84 to the lead as his teammate got flipped over in that pass wreck. Brett Sierra lined up second, Brock Nelson in third, and the 8 and the 12 car falling back as they got stuck in the high line.
A single file.
1-2 at the moment, and all right. Sensitive.
So Chase Buck puts the Mercedes out front here. We've had a couple different leaders, Clifton, Durrani, Williamson, Minnick. You get in all sorts of aggressive up here. We'll take a quick 15 laps into this race here. We'll take a full field rundown as these guys race through here. So you got Chase Buck, Christopher Alphaby, Brett Sierra, Minnick, Usman Hamid, Brock Nelson, Alexander Rowe, Dylan Wilson, Christian Russell, and I'm not sure, supposedly it says Durrani. No, it's going to be Arthur Xavier at the top 10. Then it's Durrani, Angel Olvera, Thomas Troxel, Lightning, Fitzwater, Nathan Faden, Brandon Nelson, Scott Upton, Monaco, Equan Haslam, Kelly Rhodes, Casey Clifton, Patrick Smith, Davey Johnson, Keegan Thompson. Ooh, this is a slow group of cars right here. Williamson and Davis. They race Ethan Lewis. This is going to get a little aggressive here in a few laps.
Yeah,
They
so
are with
the pack is going to catch up to the 84 of Chase Buck as they have a big run going down the back stretch. The 3 of Christopher Alfredi, second now, and Boston.
Wants to see if Tracy want to try and catch a lap. This car is very, very slow.
Here goes Buck. Buck has not, he missed the field at New Smyrna. He didn't, he wrecked out. Oh, no!
Oh, he turned him.
Oh, just as we were talking about Chase Buck's fortunes turning, he slams into the back of Dustin Davis. I believe, are the caution lights out? Yes, they are. We are under yellow now for the second time today. They're going to race back to the line. It's going to be Christopher Alfredi unchallenged back to the line. What an Chase Buck's luck just continues to be missing this year.
Yeah, Daytona has just not been his best friend as Chase Buck comes to the caution flag. Krusty Krab Pizza has definitely been the wreck avoidance for him.
Oh. Okay, sorry about that, Trey, but it's a little chaotic here. We were talking about the lap cars being a threat, but we didn't think it was going to come to that. It doesn't look like, though, on the good side, he has damage. There's no question. He might be able to, I don't know. He might still have enough speed there. If we see Durrani's already up in P6 with no rear end on the car, so if that can happen, he should have Buck should be hopefully okay, but we're going to take a look at that wreck here that brought us out under our second caution of the night here. It's Chase Buck. Dustin Davis tangled up here. We'll be right back. Take a look at this replay here.
All right, you're coming here as the camera pans past the start-finish line. All of a sudden, you're going to see the 70 car. Buck tries to go to the outside, but then the 70 just hooks to the right, and then both of the 70 and the 77 teammates in this series are unfortunately taken out as, Ryan Durrani had a close call right there, but Chase Buck, he had pretty terrible luck in the Roval race here, and now on the oval, he gets taken out while leading. So he's got a lot of damage on that 84. Both of those cars, the 84 and the 48, are effectively done for the day. But, man, we're going to have to see the rear camera on the 70 car to see the rate of speed that the 84 was coming.
So we take a look here at the replay. Just look at this ridiculous rate of speed that Chase Buck and the pack comes up on and then just turns into the back of Dustin Davis. Not really anywhere to go. Probably not sure why Dustin Davis is still allowed to be on the racetrack, but unfortunate situation there for all. We're going to get back to the restart. We'll take a look to see if they pitted at all. And we'll get back racing here under the lights at Daytona International Speedway. Here we go. We're going to get ready for the restart here. It's going to be, they'll come to the line to get lap number 20. Christopher Alfredi, Bronson Minnick, Usmain Hamid, Christian Russell, Arthur Xavier. So both of Derek Hamill's cars up there. Ryan Durrani, I'm not sure how that's going to work out for him with no rear end on the car, but we'll see. Brock Nelson, Alexander Rowe, Dylan Wilson, and Angel Oliveira round out the top 10. Chase Buck did continue. He restarted towards the back of the pack. They pit, but we will see how this goes. Here we go. For the second restart of the day, it's Alfredi with a huge jump. Minnick, Usmain Hamid, Russell, they're all lined up here. Let's see. Alfredi out with the big lead, but here they go. They're getting all starting to stack up here, getting ready to go side by side as they head off into turn 1 and 2.
Some cars get a bad start, some get a good start. That is the case for Usmain Hamid. He got a great start. He's the inside of Bronson Minnick during the back stretch. As the 3 has a big gap.
Alexander Rowe bombing moved to the inside as we head to turns 3 and 4 with Fitzy.
I was going to say, Free had a big lead, but he just slowly down the floor, just gets around him, like sitting still, and yeah.
Bronson Minnick came up on Christopher Alfredi like Christopher Alfredi, as Fitzy's alluded to, is standing in the water, but it's Minnick, it's Russell, it's Alphabet. They are your leaders here as we race into 1 and 2.
Single file for the top 3 as here comes Russell to the inside of Bronson Minnick for the lead. Side by side down the backstretch, but the 3 is going to get the 12 a little bit of a draft. We'll see if he goes with him or Christian Russell.
The
That's
12
solid.
run on the outside. He's going to block with 61 for right now. Behind the back or back high. And yeah.
And we do have a 12-car breakaway as they head down the front stretch. As we go through this little mini pack, as we have Angel Oliveira and Ryan Durrani being the stragglers in this pack, and then the first car in line as they're almost going 3 wide. Zachary Fitzwater, you're back in there in that SpongeBob 08 car. What's the view of this pack from up here? Back there, excuse me.
Well, yeah, I'm just waiting for the whole field in front of me to wreck so I can lead a lap.
See Eric Monaco in the 9, who's had a tough start to the year. His car's still in one piece. That could be interesting to watch for later in the race. I am not sure, honestly, how Oliveira, as we see Alphabet leads. I don't know how Oliveira and Durrani are still up there with no rear ends on their cars, but either way, they're still keeping pace. They're off into the 1 and 2. Alphabet leads as Minnick in second. Russell looking on the inside.
Russell looking inside to make it 3 wide. As I saw a couple laps ago, Bronson Minnick and Christopher Alphabet was like almost tandeming as the pack behind them was lose ground.
Foul was right. 61, the 12 and the 3, but the 3 will hang on for now for the lead on this lap.
Oh, Alexander
man,
Rowe.
No, Alexander Rowe has a problem. He's going to come down the pit road. Sorry, I thought that was Eric Monaco for a second, but Alexander Rowe in the Taco Bell Camry, he's got a major problem. He had to get out of the gas extremely quick. Tough break for that 8 car. But I would like to point out that it is amazing to see a couple of these different cars out on the racetrack. I mean, the 27 car, it's literally a civil war with its paint scheme between the right Twix and the left Twix. But that car is hauling butt in the P6. As we see, a lot of these cars, like you mentioned.
Hold on. Where? Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's
What did we step away for one moment to see as Alexander Rowe pit, and there was a mutiny up in the front of the pack, and Christian Russell is upside down. And for the 3rd time today, the caution flag flies. We are absolutely going to have to take a look at that. As the update on Rowe, it looks like he had a left side tire go down. I have no idea what just broke loose on the back straightaway. That is, yeah, we're going to have to take a look at the replay here. Bronson Minnick torn up. Just everybody's getting involved in something here today. But we are going to take a quick moment here. We're going to go catch up and review the replay because we need to get updated here on what just unfolded on the backstretch here at Daytona. Lap 25, Alphabet leads. We're going to take a look at this replay here. Under yellow here for the 3rd time. Another one of those situations, and Dustin Davis slow on the racetrack, and Christian Russell pays the price for it. A monster flip on the back straightaway, taking him out of contention. Unfortunate there. Gonna have to definitely review the situation there after the race in the hauler, see what's going on, why Dustin Davis is still out there, but I'm going to take another look at a few more replays here, take a few more looks, and we'll be back to the racing here shortly.
Dustin Davis really slow as you see him up there in turn 2, and just boom, a big hit. He goes to the inside. Oh, flipping the 12 up in the air. Dustin Davis rolling down the backstretch. Zane Hammond somehow gets away pretty clean, but definitely not for Christian Russell and Bronson Minnick.
riding around the rear cam and just watch this. 61 again, and get your barf bags ready, ladies and gentlemen. You're going for a ride. Just look at that. 20 in the air, upside down, and you see, the Hammond. As you see the 61 just barrel rolling right there. Dustin Davis, man, that's twice he's just had it cause a huge wreck, by just being the slowest car on the track, and I don't know what the Body Armor Cup Series officials are gonna do with that one.
Yeah, that was a tough situation there. Definitely there'll be some review post-race on that one, but in the meantime, Christopher Alphaby's going to lead. He'll take us to the restart. We're going to get going just past halfway here in the Daytona 500. We'll be right back with the restart here. Here we get ready, coming to the restart here. It's going to be they'll hit lap 27 at the line. It's been a bit of a hectic race here under the lights. Very primetime Daytona-esque. It's Christopher Alphaby in the lead, one of the few cars who hasn't been in a wreck. Brock Nelson, he did get into a little bit in the wall in the Chase Buck, Dustin Davis skirmish, but nothing too bad. Dale Lightning, Arthur Xavier, Angel Oliveira, Eric Monaco, Thomas Troxel, Nathan Faden, Brett Sierra, Equan Haslam, Fitzwater Nelson, Dylan Wilson, and Scott Upton, your top 15 there. But pace car makes the hard left. And for the third time today, we are going to see the green flag for the restart here. It's going to be Alphaby, it's going to be Nelson, it's going to be Dale Lightning. Couple dodges lead us to the green. They go off, sailing off into turn 1 and 2 for Ethan Lewis here again for the restart.
Pretty similar jump for everyone. We're still in the won't make any moves just yet. Brock Nelson pushing Christopher Alphaby, and now he'll dive to the inside on the backstretch. He wants to take the lead from the 3.
He's gonna have help from Arthur Xavier in that 16 car, one of the few cars that has not been involved in a single accident today. And the 22, Brock Nelson, he's gonna go door to door, toe to toe with the 3 of Christopher Alphaby as they come off of turn number 4. Who's gonna lead it, Matt Tuck?
Here they come side by side. Alphaby's going to take it on the outside, barely at the stripe, over Nelson, who's hasn't had a good start to the year. Did not have a good time at the Daytona Road Course Saturday, but Daytona Speedway, the Speedway Oval here, has treated him well to start the year. Won the Body Armor Bash, has had good luck here tonight. Here they go. It's Xavier. It's Oliveira getting up in there somehow with a completely torn up race car. They race off into turn 3 and 4 again. Tiff Fitzwater here.
Yeah, the 22 is leading up front while the 3 and Nicholas' car run outside, and they got the momentum. Can Nelson hang on this lead on this lap? We will find out.
Here they come at the line. It's Nelson again, or Nelson's going to lead another lap there. Field starting to bunch a little. It's a little interesting here. You have some of these guys. There may not be enough cars left up here to get a full pack immediately, but you can see a couple of them are starting to slowly bunch back up. Troxel and Sierra are closing back in. Alexander Rowe, who, got to talk about Alexander Rowe for a minute. This man pit before the yellow. Literally, as he's coming off of pit road, the caution flag flies, and he gets to jump right back into the pack without losing any major time. Just track position, and has already worked his way back up into the 13th position. Or even, no, he's already back up into the top 10. He's in 9th, and he's coming. He's got those left side tires. He is looking fast. Here comes Xavier, though. He's looking to the inside. He wants to take the silver bullet back out front here at Daytona.
I think that Alexander Rowe took 4 tires on that stop because he is just flying to his field. By far has the freshest tires. So Alexander Rowe, that was probably the best case scenario for him, is he's going to split the middle between the 97 and the 9 of Eric Monaco. They're 3 wide coming off of turn 4. Alphaby continues to lead, but Brock Nelson is in hot pursuit of that 3 car.
Brock Nelson just trailing in Alphaby's footsteps here. We know he knows how to get it done. Xavier Lightning, Alexander Rowe, though, he is on a man on a mission. He is storming off there as he works his way up through the field.
As Alexander Rowe trying to push his Camry teammate as it's Dodges versus Camrys towards the front. Alexander Rowe with that very fast race car with those fresh tires.
Yeah, the two Dodgers still there front with a 16 in a row coming on like on a flying spree, and we have the battle for the lead. Nelson versus the 3. We'll find out who's going to lead here in about 2 seconds.
Here they come at the stripe. It's going to be Alphabet, but barely over Nelson. It is Rowe who is on a complete terror up here through the field. He's going to get down to the inside with little drafting help. Is he going to drive all the way? He's gone from about 22nd or so on the restart all the way up to the lead in about 4.5 laps. This is a man on a minute. Oh, here we go again.
Josh Williamson's in the way.
Oh, no.
Oh,
And
here we go.
Row leads. Well,
Oh, crap. Here we go again.
This is going to end in tears.
Here we go. It's going to be Nelson's going to... Oh.
Oh, man.
So Sierra got in the back of Williamson, and that's going to lose all of his time. See Troxel maybe be able to catch back up to the back of Sierra, but that just no wreck that time, but that split the pack up. It's now Rowe out front. Oh, Monaco.
Thompson. Oh, man. Eric Monaco had to get out of the gas right there. Saw that troll face on the back bumper of that 69. He did not want to get trolled right there. And we got a little bit of a 3-car breakaway. Angel Olvera with the rear bumper cap missing. He's got the fuel cell hanging out of that 75 Camry. Yet he's in the final podium position. It is Alexander Rowe and the 97 of Dylan Wilson, the instigator of that first wreck, coming on lap 10 or 12, excuse me. We got a little bit of a 3-car breakaway here as we complete 33 of 50 laps.
Alexander Rowe on an absolute mission. He wants to finish this race before Taco Bell closes, so we can get some Taco Bell. A 3-car pack, 2 seconds to 4. Single files. Hopefully they can tan them up and pull away from the rest of the field.
Race top 3 are just running single file like they should be. Make sure. Oh, right. Too soon. Olvera on a move on the 97th or stuff.
This is we are in a very interesting spot here now, because now you have, so Alexander Rowe is the leader. It's Dylan Wilson, Angel Olvera, and it is now over 2.5 seconds. Alexander Rowe has a 2.5 second gap back to Christopher Alphabet, Dale Lightning, Arthur Xavier, Eric Monaco, and Brock Nelson. Brett Sierra, Chase Buck, and Thomas Troxel are about, if we take a look here, they're about, they're in another 3.5 seconds back just from this pack. So this field has split up here. Oh my goodness, and we have more lap cars in the way.
And more cars. And Rowe has.
And we have more lap cars in the way here. And now it's Dylan Wilson and Angel Olvera by themselves. And Angel Olvera has no rear end on that car. Somehow is about to try and take the lead on the outside here at the Daytona 500.
He's going to go on the outside here. And I know, Ethan, he was mentioning the Taco Bell car possibly winning so we can get some tacos. I would like to mention in the 2 points paying races we've had so far is Alexander Rowe with those fresh 4 Goodyear tires I think he's on. We've had food cars win both points paying races. We had Angel Olvera in the Hers car win at New Smyrna, and we had Josh Williamson in the Pizza Hut car win at the Daytona Roval. Well, could this be the first race where we see a non-food car win? As we see Alexander Rowe back into with these top 3 guys, he's going to try and go for the lead as we have more lap traffic.
We've got more lap traffic here. Casey Clifton and Kelly Rhodes are going to slow this pack up. Dylan Wilson is going right around the high side, and this is getting dicey. Dylan Wilson's got the jump there for now. Olvera's going to get to the, they're
not going to get there. That's just going to be huge. It's going to be huge for Dylan Wilson.
Well, it is going to be huge, but you don't. Yeah.
Out on a big lead. We know restricted by racing, big leads won't last long.
No, that is a very good point there. He has got a huge lead, but he is by himself. Alexander Rowe has help. Christopher Alphabet is right behind him. Olvera and Nelson and Lightning are not too far off, but it is about, at this point, it is only about 6 cars are going to, barring a caution, feel pretty safe to say it's these 6 cars who are going to settle it here. But look at this, as we were mentioning too, they are already catching right back up to the back of Dylan Wilson. It's the top 3 cars right under a blanket.
Got more lap traffic coming ahead. I was going to go a little bit wide as I catch up on the 07 How they enter? Actually, no, the 07 and the 25. He's going to split the middle. Josh Williamson, wow, what a huge rate of speed. He's going to slow those guys down. Meanwhile, Alpha B is just going to scoot away past the 07 and Rowe. That's the 4th time. Oh, man, the 22 nearly rear-ended the 8 car. And that got
Brock Nelson showing no fear here at Daytona. His teammate Usman Hamid. Oh, there's. Oh, no!
Oh, there we go!
They
How?
saved it.
How the
How did he not whack off the number? No.
Arthur Xavier and Scott Upton getting into it a little bit. They're almost turning Upton into the inside wall. Some of these lap cars, they need to get off the racetrack because we're going to have another yellow if they don't. It is all bunched up at the front, though. It is back to being a Dodge 1, 2, 3, 4 here. It's Alpha B, it's Nelson. They race off in a 1 and 2 to another lap traffic car.
Yo. And Thompson's going to split those guys down the middle as Alpha B continues to lead here. Angel Oliveira, he is still hanging tough. Dylan Wilson, they're going to go 3 wide for the 2nd position.
Oh my goodness me, Alexander Rowe is going to use the old send out the middle lane tactic, but failed.
I have the run on the outside lane here coming off of turns 3 and 4. Alpha B continues to lead in the Krusty Krab pizza car. On Wilson, we have more lap traffic just ahead. We have this 51 of Igor Barreto, who took a hard shot to the right side of that race car.
Here they
Coming
go.
up.
They call 18 and Nelson. Oh, Rowe.
Oh my goodness.
This has been a intense last couple of laps here as the field navigates through. Thankfully, Equan has them. Oh, they're going to run into Josh Williamson again. They're going to run into Josh Williamson again. There's no question about that.
Yeah, but Alexander Rowe, he has just got to be furious. That is at least the 5th or 6th time that he has just been on the wrong end of the stick with lap traffic. He's still hanging tough in the 4th position, but you saw Josh Williamson's speed. They are going to catch him, if not twice, at least one more time before this race ends.
Now, Alexander Rowe, he is putting on his best mad, angry Alexander Rowe face right now. He has probably had, you could argue the man has the fastest car left on the track with the way he's storming through the field. Just every time he gets there, a lap car is in the wrong place, wrong time, and it slows him up. But look at this run he's got. He's towing right back up to the back end of Nelson. But at the line, it's Alpha B who was led, I think, at this point the most laps. It's Nelson in 2nd, Rowe in 3rd, Wilson in 4th. They race down to Ethan Lewis. The laps are winding down here at Daytona.
4-car pack for the lead. Angel Oliveira has fallen back as Brock Nelson trying to catch Christopher Alpha B down the backstretch, getting help from Alexander Rowe. And
Dodge lane 1, sorry to cut you off. Dodge lane 1, 2. Here comes an angry Alexander Rowe past Brock Nelson for 2nd. He might get 2 for 1 here. Coming to the stripe with about 8 or 7 laps to go.
I think if Alexander Rowe, if he plays his cards right, as Josh Williamson is going to split them between, but I think if Alexander Rowe plays his cards right and everybody else gets shafted by lap traffic, as Rowe, he's going to lose a lot of momentum there as he had to get out of the gas. But I think if Rowe gets on the long end of the stick and everybody gets on the short end of the stick with lap traffic, I think Rowe is out of here. But we've got 7 laps to go, 6 laps to go this time by. It's go time if you want to win this race. And it's go. Brock Nelson knows that he's going to have help from the 27 of Dale Lightning as it comes through turn 3 and 4. We got more lap traffic, ladies and gentlemen.
It is getting all sorts of spicy here at the Daytona International Speedway. It's Alpha B, it's Nelson, it's Lightning, Wilson, Rowe, Toyota, 4 Dodges and a Toyota, and they're going to run into Equan Hasm. Now, Equan Hasm doesn't seem to be quite going as slow as some of these other lap cars, but nonetheless, he is still a slow car. Brock Nelson is going to get around him. It's Lightning, Rowe, Oliveira. Top 3, 4 going to get away. Here they go. They're going to have 5 to go at the stripe. This is we are getting close to the point, too, where if a caution were to come out, the race, I think at about 3 to go, if a caution comes out, the race is over. It is getting all sorts of spicy here.
5 laps to go this time by. Brock Nelson leads in that Mopar 22 Dodge. Dale Lightning and Angel Oliveira in hot pursuit, along with Alpha B Wilson, Rowe, and those are the cars that are virtually those are the top 6 cars that are virtually the guys able to win this race. Next car in line, as we have more lap traffic.
Oh, Dale Lightning's gonna go to the inside. Nelson, see if he can get a run. He's not quite there. They race into 3 and 4. Here we go, Brock Nelson. It's Lightning. It's Alpha B and Wilson. A couple of Mopars leading out front here. 4 laps to go at the stripe. I don't know. Oliveira and Alexander Rowe might be out of time there. That might be too much for him. Oliveira's the last non-Dodge up front. Here they go, though, racing into 1 and 2. It's Alpha B looking to the inside.
Only 4 cars in the lead pack. Brock Nelson leads out of turn 2. Christopher Alpha B second, and Dylan Wilson third.
Head down the back straightaway for the 4th to last time. Brock Nelson continues to lead. Alpha B has a run. He's going to try and slingshot to the inside. Can Alpha B get there? Wilson, the 27 and the 97 battle for P3 as they come onto the front straightaway.
Here they come at the stripe. 3 laps to go. Christopher Alpha B trying to do it for Dale here. He is in the ride of his life here. Can he hold on? 3 to go. They race into 1 and 2. Wilson is looking, though.
4-car train for the lead. Alexander Rowe and Angel Oliveira falling off for second. But Brock Nelson on the high side is going to keep Dylan Wilson behind him. Christopher Alpha B still leads down the back stretch.
Alpha B, Nelson, up 2, while 97 gets faltered back to 4. Just car in third. Coming to 2 laps to go. Who will make the last lap pass to win this Daytona 500?
Oh, here they go. Everybody's going to get around Williamson to the outside. He shouldn't be a factor now. 2 to go. The next flag that comes out ends the race. There's some lap cars in front. It's Alpha B. It's Nelson looking for his 2nd win of the season here at Daytona. Oh my goodness!
It's gonna get spicy. We got popsicle sticks in the air. We got spice in the air, and they are not getting around these guys. This could possibly reel back in Alexander Rowe and Angel Oliveira, as these guys are actually no. Christopher Alpha B is getting past.
Christopher Alpha B.
Getting past.
It's Alpha B, Nelson, and Wilson. Even then, I think Alpha B, that's the best thing that could have happened to him. White flag is in the air one more time around Daytona International Speedway. It's Nelson, it's Wilson, it's Lightning, but I don't think either of those 3, it's only basically down. That 22 might be the only one who can catch the 3. Alpha B, he's off in a 1 and 2 for the final time. Nelson is not going away, though. He's got the draft in help. Down the backstretch for the final time they go.
They come. Here comes Wilson. First car on the inside lane. I think it's going to realistically come down to Brock Nelson and Christopher Alpha B. Nelson, he's going to hug on that back bumper of that 3 car. Doesn't have a run. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Does not look like he is. Coming out of turns 3 and 4. Christopher Alpha B. The crowd waves. Krusty Krab Pizza is the pizza absolutely at the Daytona International Speedway. Christopher Alpha B wins as we almost catch lap traffic.
Unbelievable.
Wow, what an amazing finish, ladies and gentlemen.
Christopher Alpha B with the drive of his life, sorting through all of those lap cars there in the final couple of laps. And he is your season 1 Daytona 500 champion here. Brock Nelson is going to be P2. A great start to the season on the oval here for him. It's Dylan Wilson continues his run. Dale Lightning with an unbelievable run. Alexander Rowe, you have to feel for that man because he had arguably the best car. He had one of the fastest cars here, but the luck couldn't strike. Angel Oliveira, I don't know how this happened, but he is going to finish P6 with no rear end on that car. Then it's going to be, I'm not sure. They say Eric Monaco's at the stripe over Arthur Xavier, so it's Monaco, Xavier. Chase Buck, after getting involved with Dustin Davis, reeled his way all the way back up to 9th. Brett Sierra rounds out the top 10. Thomas Troxel still missing out on points this year for Velocistar Racing, but his best finish of the year. But what a start to what a race here tonight under the lights. Unbelievable racing here as we take a look. It was a hectic one. It was a chaotic one. See a whole bunch of drivers not finishing the race tonight. Durrani, Russell, Minnick, Davis, Noonan, Colton Yo, Zidell, Lipscomb, Barreto, all involved in accidents. Williamson finishing 5 laps down. Usman Hamid, Keegan Thompson, Davey Johnson, Patrick Smith, Clifton. Back up, take a look at the top of the charts there. 13 drivers finish on the lead lap. 23 drivers finishing all together for the spot. That is the end of that one there. An absolutely hectic race under the lights here for the Daytona 500. But Christopher Alphaby leading a Mopar 1, 2, 3, 4 here at Daytona. And an unbelievable result. A great drive by him, slicing and dicing through those lap cars late in the going. Managing to get around every single one of them, and he comes home on top. But we'll take a round table here, get some final thoughts. Ethan Lewis, start Ethan. We'll go Ethan Fitz, and then back up here to Trey. This is taking you guys in the turns. What was your guys' final takeaways here from tonight's race?
Chase, well, I noticed 9th, Chase Buck finished 20 seconds off the leader. An absolute spread out and wreckfest today at Daytona, but still a great finish. Good for Christopher Alvey to get a win here at the Daytona 500.
My final thoughts were I thought we were gonna have a clean race by pit strategy, all that good stuff, but two separate 4 wide wrecks coming out of 4 pretty much changed the outcome of the race, and then we had lap cars, changed the outcome of the race, and then poor old Alex in a row. The fastest car all race long gets screwed by lap cars. I feel bad for him.
And I don't know what else to cover there. I think both of you guys covered it pretty well. Just like lap cars playing into a factor, large accidents, violent accidents we saw that were caused by lap cars, unfortunately. Alexander Rowe definitely had the car to beat, especially after getting a little bit of stardust on that final crash with the 70 car. But and what a wild and interesting race. And Christopher Alphaby comes up on top with a Mopar 1, 2, 3, 4 finish. Man, that was a fun race to commentate, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what.
That was an unbelievable, a completely different show than, we always come down here to Daytona, even a day, and figure, we're going to get an absolutely entertainer here. But we got something completely different here tonight under the lights, and it was a thriller here tonight. And to make that even better, so that's 3 races into the books, 3 different winners. The Dodge executives loving the start that these boys had here tonight. And then we're going to head we're going to be off this weekend here. Obviously, we raced here midweek. But next Sunday night, July 5th, under the lights at the Nashville Fairgrounds for the Guinness Music City Shootout on the July 5th. That is going to be an absolute thriller down there at Nashville Fairgrounds. But that is going to do it here for us tonight. The points will be coming up after this. For everyone here, Trey Wright, Ethan Lewis, Fitzwater, I'm Matt Tuck. With congratulations to Christopher Alphaby on scoring the win here tonight, and we will see you guys next time.
Late night, no FaceTime on Do Not Disturb. I'm on my new wave, can I put in work? I got so much potential, it hurts. If y'all do not wake up, then y'all gon' get hurt.